Hello, Monsters Mansion. Welcome back to Total War 3 Kingdoms and the fourth part of my Huang Shao. That right? Yep, got it. Good. I wanted to say Yuan Shao, but that's because I've been checking this out because we're not going to win this fight. My dong is lost. And Guanhai with it. Unless he can bravely run for That's it. Guanhai, go and run for reinforcements. Oh, brave Guanhai. Will he make it? I mean, no is the answer. We're going to lose that. But I mean, it's just too exposed. It's just way too exposed out here. I've got enemies everywhere, and I can't defend that as well as all this stuff. I mean, we've got Gong Sun Zan over here, who actually I would like to kill because, I mean, look, Zhao Yun has Invincible, and you've got Dreadbringer, both of which I would like. I would like both of those things. And of course, I can't recruit the people, so I may as well just execute the buggers and have their lovely weapon for my own. Sun Ce declared war on Wang Lang, alright, and Wang Quang signed a peace treaty with Dong Min, fair enough. And we've got to rally to common cause. Well, that's good, little conqueror Sun Ce. Son of late Sun Jian has become famed throughout the land for his exploits in conquering the Southlands. People have come to call him the Little Conqueror, and you hear it spoken throughout your capital. Really? The capital that's currently... Oh, for fuck's sake, what are you doing? Oh, you better not be coming up here just to attack me. You start in the fucking mountains, mate. If you travelled all the way down the river and then sailed up it just to come and have a pop at me... That's not on. That's just rude. That's what that is. Oh well. Guanhai, you are... Do we want to... I guess we raise you here, yeah?
Serve integrity.
Yeah, you've rushed off to get reinforcements. It didn't quite work out, but a good attempt nonetheless. Maybe we should give you some slightly better fucking units, because the units you've got are so bad that it's not surprising that you didn't do so well. We've got the, Yellow Turban Spearmen? I guess they're better than peasant people, aren't they? So I guess we'll do that. And you've got peasant archers, who are bad. They cost 60. So we could upgrade you to Yellow Turban archers. They're better. So let's do that. Let's give you some Yellow Turban archers, because they're less shit. And you guys need to heal up for one turn. But what I could do, and let's face it, this is something I do regularly, is just see if we can lure these guys into an ambush, because I really would like some extra food, because I think what's dicking... I think we've got enough supplies here. I think Dong was lost because we didn't have enough supplies. Also... This was bringing 400 money, so I'm going to be losing monies any minute now, but I'll worry about that when it happens, probably next turn. But that's something to worry about then, not something to worry about right this instant. So, let us... 3k population? I would like to be enlightened, but, you know, there's enlightened and then there's barefaced fucking survival, and I know what I'm going for. Rally some increased population growth and reduce mustering time. Increase food from farm. You know what? Let's go for communal farming efforts. That's right. Hooray, socialism. Yeah, well. If we'd been able to hold out, I think we would have been okay. You've just run away, yeah, because you just spotted our army. But Guan Yu has wandered over. Look at this. Guan Yu's over it. Now, are they allied together? Because if they're allied together, this may be... I probably can't take... Also, Gong Sun Zan's decided to come and have a pop as well at the same time. So this is grand. This is just fantastic. But at least we got some more money, because we've got a Scholar's Lodge, eventually, once I've worked out what the fuck it was. And we've got... Right, we need only entirety of 3 commanderies. That is a challenge. Fair play. More public order... 10% food production, more money. Well, let's bless our generals, yes. Let's do that, because God knows we probably fucking need it. We've got some armour, which we can't do anything with, because we can't use it. We've got a Scholar's Lodge, though, so that's nice.
China is people.
It's going to increase our research rates. Now, I could upgrade my settlement, but I don't know if it's worth the effort. We could do this. So let's do that. I don't like the fact that Gongsun-Zan's over there. Now, are you guys allied together? No. Fine. That's good, because it means they won't come and help you when I rip your beard off. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. I didn't realise Three Kingdoms had any river battles in it. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? There's a fucking bridge over a river. I mean, it's a wadeable river, but that's fine. I don't mind that. I like the fact there's like a little bridge here, even if the river doesn't go all the way on. You know, that's fine. That's fine, and there's a little bit of like overlap here, but that's okay. We're going to ignore that because I just like the fact that there is a river battle in Three Kingdoms. I mean, it's not really a river battle because obviously you don't have to go across the bridge. You can just wade through the river. But still, the fact is, if you want to remain dry, then the option is there, which is nice. So up against Guan Yu. I don't know where Zhang Fei is. Drunk, probably. And we've got Yang Yi and Tian Feng as well. Everyone's getting moist in the rain. Excuse me, oh bearded one. Can I have your spear? I'd really quite like it. I would really quite like your lovely little spear. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to try and draw them across the river, because the last thing I want to do is have to wade across the river into arrow fire. I would much prefer they have to do it. Plus, of course, they have some artillery. They have a juggernaut, of course, my lovely flamey boys, and a multiple bolt crossbow. So we're going to try and get their attention by pulling them towards our archers, and then we're going to get our cavalry round behind. Of course, our squatting boys are invisible due to the power of squats, and so they've done so many squats, they have obtained the power of invisibility, much like how Peter Parker was bitten by a radioactive spider and gained the ability to climb up walls and shit. You do enough squatting, you gain the power of invisibility. Apparently, that's just how it works. Look, I don't make the rules, I just have to live with them.
Ha! You cannot beat me.
Or can he? Now, Guan Yu does not want to duel. He is not super happy in duel, and their cavalry seem to be trying to chase off our officers here, being led by Guan Yu, which is I'm actually fine with, because that means their cavalry are not defending their artillery. And of course, we can open fire with some of our archers, getting a little bit of damage in there.
I will not lose again.
Well, you say that.
Do not waste your breath. You will need it.
So we're doing a little bit of a harassment there, just kind of trying to catch Guan Yu and bop him a little bit. He doesn't want to duel. I think the general of the army very rarely wants to duel. Usually not right away. Often like some way into the battle they'll want to, but not right away. I think that's the general rule anyway. So Guan Yu is, despite the fact that he's
Bravo! Did you think of that yourself?
He's very powerful compared to our officers. But with that said, I still think we can probably beat him. Mostly thanks to all the assistal buffs. Assistal? Is that a word? That sounds terrible. Sounds like the kind of thing you go to a doctor about. And due to all the buff assistance we can give, like, you know, Wisdom of the River, all that kind of stuff. And another enemy general's coming in to party. And what I didn't realise is Tian Shao here actually has the skirmish mode on and is actually running away, and I don't quite... He's fine, doesn't matter. Our cavalry just waiting for the right moment. You can see a lot of the enemy army now chasing us towards the bridge. And we're going to pull the enemy army back. You can see Guan Yu's already taken a lot of damage.
You dare to speak to me? Move out quickly! Our men have been discovered!
Now, previously I've been putting my spears in the centre, and the cavalry been charging, and the fact they can't see my... Basically, wherever I put my spears is inevitably the place where the enemy... Maybe I should, like checkerboard them, so that we... Who knows? Anyway.
Your rebellion is over, scum!
No, it's not. Fuck off. Get stuffed. Talking about getting stuffed.
You really tried. Look, the enemy run.
Hello, boys. Alright, that's their artillery dealt with, and we coming down to take out the Juggernaut as well. I mean, their cavalry is not doing particularly well. Their spear guards are being absolutely shredded as they try and cross the bridge.
Have you eaten lately? You look cold.
Not looking good. Now their archers are in range, and we're going to return fire to try and deal with them. They've got G Militia crossing the river, and our squatting boys waiting at... I mean, these guys aren't squatting. These guys, though. These guys are squatting. Until they get spotted, and then they stop squatting. As is tradition, apparently. Huang Shao is taking out the enemy... Vanguards? Is it Vanguard? Yeah, Vanguard, yeah. Vanguard. And this should be a fight that's not particularly difficult, because this guy has... He's just trash. He's trashed here. He's not Guan Yu. He's not even close. Okay, our cavalry is currently trying to deal with enemy cavalry. The Juggernaut is still operational. We didn't manage to finish it off, so we're going to concentrate our arrow fire on that to try and take it down before it gets into range. We're currently chasing the enemy archers into the river.
The enemy warriors are running.
Get them, lads. You see big old bongo beaters. I guess that's what those are. How's the old Vanguard doing? It doesn't look like he's doing particularly well. Nope, nope, he's bleeding all over the bridge.
This is no great loss.
Nope, not really. We're good. Okay, looks like the enemy Juggernaut has been dealt with through arrow fire, and our cavalry are dealing with some mounted saber militia. Guan Yu is next. He's lost his army. How careless of him. We do have rival and nemesis. He does not like us. I think because we killed his big brother. Because we killed... You remember Liu Bei? Remember that guy? Yeah, he's dead. He's super fucking dead. Okay, let's debuff the shit out of him. He has no melee evasion and no armor, which makes him very easy to hit. Of course, he does have a very large health pool, being a... whatever the fuck he is. A champion. There we go. I wanted to say guardian, but that's not true. Can we please... Are we just having a little breather? Having a little breathe. There we go. There we go. So get in there.
Show no mercy.
Bring him down again.
Our victory grows ever closer.
I mean, it was never really in question. Winning battles is easy. Winning the war is going to be decidedly trickier.
Kill them! Unleash fury! Our faith was rewarded.
Good old faith. I kind of need the money, so I'm going to take that. Did I catch no one?
Destroy corruption.
Come here. It's probably a bad idea to delegate it, but I'm going to do it anyway.
The people's voice
Okay, that was fine. I'll take the money.
They fought only for their beliefs. Then, do not
You don't want to fight for your beliefs, do you? Jesus. That's just a wrong bloody idea. Okay. I was like, it's going to be annoying when you retreat across the river, but you didn't. And, oh look! Yu Jin's there with a nice gold weapon for me. Well, I didn't manage to catch Guan Yu, but maybe I can get You, oh, it's 0% chance, so didn't. Maybe Guan Yu is a 0% chance. Genuinely didn't check. Why are these guys? Why is this a close victory? I don't think this is a close victory. He's just got a bunch of crossbows. Is that it? It's pitiful. Pitiful. Thought we'd start the battle with some duels. Seems fun, doesn't it? So Pei is just going to hang out and keep an eye on things. Obviously going to use Wisdom of the River to debuff his foes. Got Yu Jin over here.
No mercy!
He's got some nice. He's got fear and discipline. Those would be nice, wouldn't they?
To come back. Shut up and die!
You first. And then we got Sun Shao fighting Tian Shao. Now, Tian Shao is a healer, which means that he's not really a dueling character. He does have a lot of melee attack and sort of, but he's not got great evasion or armor. Whereas if we have a look at Yuan Shao, we can see it's 74 melee evasion, 65 armor, which is pretty fucking legit. To be honest, I don't think this is going to be much competition. I think Huang Shao is easily going to be able to win this duel. Tian Shao, I'm not so sure about, though. I mean, he should be fine because we can help him out, but...
There is nothing left for you but death. Hurry! Quick march!
Like how their army's just watching this with their general over there. Probably a little bit nervous about the outcome of this, because she's about to lose 2 of her officers. Well, although, having said that, Tian Shao is not looking so hot.
Do you need a moment to prepare? I can wait. Talk all you want. You are still going to die.
Come on, we got this. I believe in you guys. Alright, well, Huang Shao is easily going to win this. I mean, Yu Jin just getting totally fucking wrecked. Not even close. And one down. Tian Shao, though, is taking his time. And it looks like... Okay, it does look like it's... Does look like he's going to win this one. And he's got guys cheering him on now. However, it looks like the enemy army is not happy about Yu Jin's death. Is sending over a little contingent of axemen to break up the party. How rude!
At least pretend to try. You belittle yourself with your words.
Fortunately, it's not too bad. We can easily kill these Axie boys. Oh, and there we go.
The enemy general falls.
Good job.
That is all they could stomach.
Yes, indeed. And looks like the enemy general has gone mad. A fallen relative.
Strike!
I guess this guy was a relative then. I mean, he's relatively dead. Anyway, our army. I really should be bringing them up at this point. And I'm not, although my cavalry is hiding behind the enemy lines, obviously, you know, having got their squats in this morning. And my officers are now a little bit surrounded.
You seem to be struggling. Need some help? Oh, shut up! Fight!
So we're going to advance the rest of our forces. And as soon as we're in range, our archers are going to open up. They do have crossbows, though, and crossbows are quite, including the Fury of Beihai, who are... I think their melee stats are relatively good. And their armor piercing is very good.
Strike them down.
So we're going to have to be careful of them. And poor old Tian Shao is getting... I think old Bei, whatever her name is, was not super happy about him brutally murdering her relative. So that's a whole thing. And they've finally spotted our cavalry, but we've got 2 units of cavalry now charging in. You can run, but you can't hide. Well, no, you can't. You can't run. I'm faster than you, and also I can hide better. Okay, lovely little charge there. They're sending troops over, although we have debuffed their morale quite significantly. The enemy general's almost dead. Tian Shao is, of course, can heal himself up, which is useful. Although he's been knocked off his horse, so he's having to run around on foot now. Although, I think that actually makes their attacks faster. I could be wrong. Maybe slower because of the animations? Genuinely don't know. Our cavalry's actually not doing great against the Fury of Beihai. I don't know why this is, but I think they're just actually not bad in melee combat, and they've got reasonably good armour and evasion, which means they're actually not too bad. So we're going to bring more cavalry in, and a liberal sprinkling of arrows on top of their heads. Looks like some enemy cavalry is charging in, seeing the archers, but not the enemy infantry until too late. There they go. They're now trying to get out of the way and end up, unfortunately for them, careering right into the reclaimers. And that's a bad move. And so then they decide to just run away, which is probably the sensible option. The enemy army is being very stubborn, considering it's lost all of its generals. Still continuing to fight on. Poor Tian Shao took quite a beating during that fight, but he's having a good old squat to make himself feel better. And at the end of the day, isn't that what battle's all about?
From the roots to heaven.
Well, okay. At least that's a bunch of people dead. Didn't get the sword, but then I wasn't going to. But we have got a lot of experience for fighting a lot of battles, so that's quite good. Oh, if I give you recovery, then that's quite nice. Also, I get more money, which is also quite nice. Gongsun Zan might take lean, depending on. I mean, yeah, he's fucking terrifying. He's going to take lean. That's just going to happen. If we can get walls here, then that'll help. We're losing money, but we have made a lot of money at the same time. And Tian Shao has actually got some Cura's vestments, so that's nice. So he's got he won that duel. He had a bit of a rough battle there, but then he decided just to switch the look up, and you have to respect that. Very nice. Oh, hello. You just decided to come and attack me, did you? Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm actually... I prefer that than you taking lean, I think. Would you believe that I put all of my spears on one flank this time? Because I was like, at least then we'll catch some of the enemy cavalry, and all of the enemy cavalry then head for the flank, which doesn't have the spears in it. Anyway, well, at least they're in the forest, which means, you know, they'll be less effective. So there is that, I guess. Oh, we seem to be doing okay against them. It's lovely autumnal forest. That's lovely, isn't it? That's nice. I like it. Those Sky Heralds charging in.
Our men have been discovered.
Yeah, well, you know, squatting only gets you so far, doesn't it? Now, fortunately, Tian Shao, apart from getting his fancy new Get Up, which is looking fantastic, by the way, is also healing up over time, so that's nice. So he's just going to heal up when he's not doing anything anyway. And Zhao Yun really wants to duel me, and I'm like, no, because he's quite scary. Zhao Yun is a very scary boy with 49 melee evasion, 55 armor, and of course a very nasty weapon on top of that. So he's going to be quite difficult to deal with. It's got some defense over here. We've got a little arrow tower, some oil, and inevitably the oil will be the thing that gets in my way more than the enemy armies. Taking a little bit of fire arrow damage in the trees, but we're, you know, generally fine. I can weather that. That's okay.
Our hidden men have been seen.
We've got G Militia as well as these big swordy boys, who are, I think they're supposed to be like anti-cavalry, aren't they? Charge negation versus mounted. Yeah, that's right. So basically, they like chop the heads off horses. Was their job. Which I guess is, you know, if that's your job, seems fine, I guess. So it's absolute pandemonium. Fortunately, I think our boys are pretty dangerous, actually. I think they've leveled up quite significantly due to all the battles. And we've also got a duel going on. Zhao Yun v Huang Shao. It's ballsy, but I'm like, well, you know what? I've got the buffs, haven't I? I can debuff him, and then suddenly I realise that, wait a second, it's on cooldown. Why the hell does that? It's because of Guan Jing over here, because he's got that really annoying stifling deluge ability, which basically means your abilities are always on cooldown as long as you're near him. Which means I need to kill him first to free up my ability to save Huang Shao. I'm just hoping that Huang Shao... Not treachery.
Crush you for this insult.
As long as he can hold his own for the moment, we're okay. We just need to chase off the enemy sentinel, kill him off. Meanwhile, our cavalry is being hunted by Gongsun Zan. He's already dealt with them. Yeah, unfortunate, but there we go. We're also dealing with the enemy militia, so that's okay. Our infantry units are actually managing to get a nice little surround on the enemy army. So they're now desperately fighting on all sides, and it's looking very bad for them. And Huang Shao is actually holding his own against Zhao Yun, which is great. And the enemy sentinel is being chased down. There he goes. He is dead. No more debuff, which means we can rush over to Huang Shao and help out. Not... well, I say not that he needs it, because of course, because we killed the sentinel, he's now got better stats and is berserk. And that's not... and he also healed up. So that's not good. That's bad times.
Strike them down. To battle.
However, we're going to go Wisdom of the River. That's going to reduce his melee evasion and armor to 0, which means we can now get some hits in.
Shoot! Die! A pitiful attempt from a pitiful warrior.
Rude.
Faster!
Unfortunately, my archery masters ended up chasing a unit and pulled through the engagement and end up being charged by enemy cavalry and Gongsun Zan himself, which means we do need to take out Gongsun Zan. So both Xian Shao and Pei are chasing after him to try and take him out. However, the rest of Gongsun Zan's army has been butchered. There's not much left of it. A lot of bodies.
Destroy them!
And they're being chased down.
Do not waste your breath. You will need it.
Gongsun Zan's doing so much damage though. He's got 77 kills. We've managed to surround him with the Militia of Virtue, who I'm hoping, being that their spears, should they don't really have much armor piercing though, so probably not going to do a huge amount of damage to him. It looks like he's running away. He's off. He's had enough. which is good. And that just means the only thing still going on the battlefield, apart from chasing down Gong Sun Zan's forces, is the duel between Zhao Yun and Huang Shao, which is continuing. And it looks like we are starting to... He looks like Zhao Yun is starting to pull ahead. Now, we can always run away.
Outmatched. Retreat might be best.
But I don't want him to. I don't want to let him have it. So we're quickly bringing Tian Shao and payback. The idea being that we can heal up and also debuff Zhao Yun and hopefully get the upper hand again. Although it's looking very dicey. He's got 17k health left. We've got 9.2. We do. I mean, we've buffed ourselves up. We are, because he's winded. We're fresh, which means his stats are worse than they appear. And there we go, we've debuffed him with Wisdom of the River. And we're going to heal up Huang Shao. But with that Wisdom of the River debuff, it does mean that we're just getting lots and lots of hits in, which is perfect, exactly what we need. And we've drawn level, and now we're actually taking the lead. Oh, it's a brutally long... It's been going on for ages. Oh, well, I guess... Yeah, and he's gonna need...
Back up, you coward!
You can't, you've literally pinned him. He's pinned. He's not... He'll need help.
Justice cannot be denied.
Alright, well that was a little bit dicey. Just a touch. We caught you. I mean, of all the people to catch, that's literally the one I didn't want. But I am going to execute you because you've got that annoying ability and I don't want you to have it. So just you're dead. You're dead just because you annoyed me. And it's not a good reason to execute you, but the people wanted it. And what the people want... You might ask, who are the people? Well, you could say they're whoever I want them to be, really. It's just a blanket excuse to do whatever atrocities I want.
Vent frustration.
Tell me about it.
Battle.
Tell me about it. Right, you. Mates.
The people's voice cannot be silenced.
No, exactly. Who the fuck are you? What are you? A sacrificial Oh, you're the lady that came down last time. Are you Gong Sun Zan's wife? What abilities do you have? Wisdom of the River. That's quite a nasty ability.
Grant them dignity and death.
Yeah.
Return them to their
They're really
kin.
dignified, but also stab them through the face. We've got a devious attendant. Okay, well, sure. Here we get rivals. Yeah, I don't blame that. You lost a friendship. Don't know who you are, so I think that's fine. I'll just remove you from my Christmas card list. And Gong Sun Zan is rival due to battles. Well, to be fair, you started it.
Towards peace.
So I can't really... I don't feel like I can be blamed for that one. That's on your head. Right. I feel like we're doing okay here.
Bend, do not break.
No, well, indeed. I'm going to rush this. And then we're going to do that. I'm going to rush that to give us the walls we so desperately need. I'm also then going to build a foundry. Because that's really helping. Because our replenishment is, I mean, so important at the moment, considering we're literally having to fight the entirety of China, apparently. That's just going to have to fight them all. This garrison's awful, but, you know, what can you do? I mean, I guess we could get a garrison building here, but then I'd have to remove some of my income. Or maybe the Scholar's Lodge, which I feel like if we're having to fight the whole of China, maybe having somewhere for the big beardy people to go and have a chat is fairly low down the priority. I don't know how far down the priority. It's got to be fairly low, hasn't it? So we might knock that one down. Okay, still losing some money, but that's okay. Because what we're going to do
Advancing.
is hit Bay High. I suppose you don't have anything nice, do you, apart from your armour, and I can't steal that. We do have a Jade Sculptor.
For the people.
I'd quite like that.
Now we wait.
wouldn't mind a Jade Sculptor. I'm not going to spend any more money because I can't afford it. But eventually, I probably would like to get some basically anything that's going to give me extra income, just to try and stop me hemorrhaging. Oh, god damn it, Guan Yu! Have you not learnt your lesson by now? I mean, at least that gives me another pop to nick his weapon, I guess. Or execute him. Well, that would be getting his weapon. Executing would be getting his weapon. Although I think because he's faction leader, there's a lower chance of doing it. But I guess we'll have to see. Hero's Aids. Okay, I read a report about one of your generals who beat 6 enemies single-handedly, largely due to the courage, speed and loyalty of their horse. Oh, do we get a new horse? What do we get? Nope, we get a clay warrior. Perfect. Sure, why not?
Return to standard position.
Can I reach Guan Yu? I can reach Guan Yu. I can really move it, can't I? Holy shit! I could go all the way over here. How the fuck am I moving so far? I'm not complaining because God knows I need it. Who the fuck are you? Wait, a disobedient tiger. You don't have anything nice. You don't have anything nice, and I've got a 0% chance to capture you. So basically, this is going to be a white rubbish. But at least your army's a little bit dented, and it's mostly trash. Although it's less trash than it was, which is a concern because that means you're starting to field units that are actually going to be quite. Okay. Well, this time the enemy army is it's quite hard to see. A lot of them are hiding in the trees. I know they're out here somewhere, because we can see some of the units, just not all of them, but I want to try and lure these enemy generals into a fight. And there we go, we found them. Huang Shao and Pei. Gauging a little duel here. While Tian just holds back, ready with the heals, just in case. So up against Wei Yan. And who's this? Kai Bao Jing. Interesting. So he's a disobedient tiger. Who is not doing great.
It is pointless to keep trying.
But old Bao Jing over here is doing even worse.
I was going to let you live until now.
Were you, though? Because you're doing really badly. Like, catastrophically badly. Look how badly you're doing. You're almost dead. You've barely done any damage. It's not looking good for you, love. Oh dear. Oh, that's a sword in the face.
Oh, what a shame.
That's gonna sting. That's gonna leave a mark. Ouch.
I will cut you to pieces for your treachery.
Or not.
You are dead. The silence will be bliss.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's...
The enemy general falls.
Okay, 2 enemy generals dead. Just Guan Yu left to deal with, but he's just hiding in the trees over here. Doesn't want to come out to play. However, the rest of his forces, enraged by the death of their 2 generals, charging in to try and pin our officers down. So we're going to have to pull the rest of our army up to help. I probably should do, like... I'm basically invisible until I get right up close to them. Why don't I just bring the rest of my army up? Why do I keep doing it this way? What was I thinking? What was my plan here? I didn't really have one. It was just kill the enemy generals, see what happens next.
Our noble brother is being attacked.
Yeah, he's alright, I think. Is he? He's doing okay. Yeah, Tian, he's okay. He's got a lovely hat.
No mercy.
That's it. Get the fuck off that horse. Oh, a lovely little AoE there, taking out quite a big chunk. And we're just going to see if we can go for a look-see, find out where Guan Yu is. And yes, we have found him. And a host of cavalry, to which Tian's like, I've changed my mind. I'm off. Bye.
I will not taste defeat again. Talk all you want. You are still going to die. with speed.
So Tian is now being chased by Guan Yu and doesn't really want to face him by himself, but fortunately he's heading back towards his forces. And Guan Yu's now spotted them, but the Militia of Virtue charging in. We've also got some Yellow Turban Spearmen going to surround him. Guan Yu's quite the devastating character to have to fight. Meanwhile, the battle still continues as Huang Shao and Pei are completely surrounded, but just a target-rich environment for them. And here come our forces now charging in. Tian, with the assistance of the Militia of Virtue and our Yellow Turban Spears, is trying to deal with Guan Yu. He's taking quite the beating, but of course he can just heal himself back up. No problem. Guan Yu, on the other hand, doesn't quite have that ability. The cavalry are charging in, trying to knock out these Yi archers, who are starting to be a real pain in the arse. Okay, we've managed to basically see off quite a chunk of the enemy force. 80 kills, 65 kills, barely any damage sustained. Guan Yu, on the other hand, has taken quite a lot of health damage. He's down to 21k, which is actually less than Tian. We've now got him surrounded, which means he's having to fight on all sides. He's getting poked to death, which is good. And we're also going to bring Huang Shao and Pei down to join in the party. You can see our forces are all over them. They've got quite a little blob of infantry. And we're about to hit them in the rear with the Reclaimers.
The enemy warriors are running. Ha! Let fly!
And being surrounded is not going to improve their mood. You can see most of them now starting to waver or break and being chased down. Guan Yu equally realising that he's been beat once again and is trying to retreat on foot. But obviously that's not going to go very well for him.
The enemy general is fallen.
Yeah, yeah, he did. How many stabs through the head can one man take? Seriously. Alright, we've captured you, and although you're not going to give me anything useful, it's way better for the enemy to turn up with complete garbage for generals, because it makes my life significantly easier. So you're dead,
Ransom, dignity, and death.
And I'll take the
They
cash.
fought only for their beliefs. For China!
And still 0% chance, really?
Our victory is proof.
I caught
of
Liu
heaven's
Bei.
approval.
Does ambushing help? Not sure.
They have suffered enough.
I don't think they have. I seriously don't think they have. They definitely need to suffer more. Christ, Huang Shao's already level 7. I'm not fucking surprised. What fighting he's had to do. Jesus. I mean, all this is good. Disciplined, own retinue. I mean, what? Okay, what? Fatigue resistance is quite good. I'm not super worried because the AI very rarely decides to shoot at generals because it's basically pointless. It's basically a waste of ammo. Let's go with focus then, because that makes your archery masters better, ish, a little bit.
Sprout ever upwards.
I'm tempted to go and sack Dong, but
This will be short.
yeah, look, would you mind, like, fucking off, kindly? I mean, surely you've got other people to be dealing with, haven't you? So you're fighting Dong Min, and that's pretty much... Okay, yeah, no, that totally makes sense why you're concentrating on trying to kill me, I guess. Fuck my life. What I need is more generals. And more armies to and not fucking clay warriors. I need some good shit. I'm not surprised. You chucked a sword in her face. It wasn't you, to be fair. It was It was Huang Shao that chucked a sword in her face, but still, you got a sword in the face. I wouldn't blame you for being a little bit teasy about that. If anything, I'm like calling it rivals is. I mean, I don't know how you're. I mean, it's to be honest, it's not a surprise you're calling Tian Shao a rival because I imagine your brain doesn't work proper after you've had an axe or sword lodged in it. So I can, yeah, sure. Okay, we're not going to spend any money because we need all the money we've got. So I could rush that, but I'm not going to. Now he's going to give us some income and additional income from industry, which is very, very nice. And what do we do? I mean, I guess what have we got? So we've got communal irrigated farm. We could go for the communal grain. That would give us. I mean, I guess anything that's going to increase farming. I mean, I guess the grain storage actually isn't bad. A little bit of extra income there, more reserve capacity, that kind of thing. That'll be good. We're under siege. And apparently Kong Rong's there now. Good, he's probably looking at Lean and licking his lips. Despite the fact that a number of times I've dicked him up. Right, well, fine. We'll have to try and expand somewhere next. This isn't going well, is it? I've lost territory. I mean, I'm winning all the battles, but I've only got one good army.
Resist corruption and endure hardships.
I'm trying to, and you don't get on with Guan Hai, apparently. So that's good. So, right, could we maybe... Is there anyone we could... Is there anyone we can hire? No. Literally no one to hire. Right, okay. What we'll do is we'll send you to go and try and attract someone. This time, when I ask for someone who's humble, don't get an arrogant bastard, right? Because that's opposite. That is the opposite of what I requested.
Serve integrity.
Right. Well, that'll have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.